We have a special edition of 21 Next. I'm Jasmine Brooks alongside Joel D. Smith, who was anchoring our coverage tonight after a York County man was detained by ICE. But here's the thing. He's lived here for 20 years. Can you take us back and tell us how this got underway?
Okay, so it's 45-year-old James Eric has lived in York City for at least 20 years. So it looks like he came to the country from Sierra Leone, which has had a lot of political upheaval and danger there. Part of the reason he left, most likely. But he has been in this country since then. And now, years after being here and being, from every indication we've heard, a good coworker, good neighbor, has been detained by ICE. So what we do is we think, why could this be? Now, we do know one of the rules is if you are a non-citizen and you have a criminal conviction, you can be deported. So we look around. Are there any criminal histories? So we found out there was a traffic violation for speeding earlier this year, and there was in 2003 a case of receiving stolen property. He apparently admitted that to the neighbor that we talked to today, and said he got in this country, didn't know how things worked. He eventually figured things out, moved on from there, has never done anything like that again. But based on what we've been learning throughout the last few months with these ICE arrests and reasons, it can be as simple as having a conviction and being here as a non-citizen. We hear he was here on a work visa. So that's what kept getting renewed. He has 3 daughters, has a family. He's lived here for a while.
So what else did you learn today? Because I know you actually talked to some officials in the county, right?
Well, we talked to a member of the Democratic Committee from Lancaster Township. So that is where his place of business is. And that is the initial post that we saw from one of his coworkers who was disappointed that he was arrested. And so that committee chair or committee member reached out saying that they're very upset by this. They don't agree with ICE and what they're doing. Now, she didn't have any specifics about, challenging different things or what they're going to do, but they want to put pressure on different officials and try to dissuade them from doing more arrests like this.
Right. So what's the next step here? What is your next question? What do you need to find out?
Well, one thing that we learned from a very high profile arrest that was in York County as well, the man was arrested. He was pleading for his wife, saying, my wife is pregnant. I need to call my wife. I need to call my wife. It was very emotional that we didn't know why he was being arrested. Later, we learned he was charged with statutory rape and some other things. So is there something else here?
Right.
Is there some danger to the community? Or is it enough where they're just cleaning up these old reports? If someone is here and they're not a citizen yet and they have a criminal conviction, is that enough? And this guy's name came up. So those.
What year again was that from?
It was 2003. So he would have been 23 at the time. He's now 45.
Wow.
For all accounts that we know, has had no problems except for a recent speeding ticket. So we don't know. I mean, we're looking at some video here. Some vandalism. People are upset about this in a lot of different ways. And this is one of those examples of someone who was seemingly, living the right way and being a good citizen and a neighbor. But Trump was elected by some people to clean things up and to deport a lot of people. But I guess the question would be, is this the kind of person you want to deport if there's nothing else? So that's the question that's still there.
So what's happening tomorrow, or is it Saturday, I believe, across the entire nation, really?
Yeah, it's called No Kings. It's a protest rally basically against this. Some of the ICE action, some would say ICE overreach, the way that they're going after certain people, and they don't like how it's happening or what is happening. So that woman I did talk about earlier, the township Democratic committee member from Lancaster Township, which is basically just outside of Lancaster City, says that she'll be at this rally in Lancaster. There's one in York, there's one in Harrisburg.
CBS Newscast in New York. We have Israel.
We're covering other things at the time as well. But basically, it's trying to say we don't want kings. King meaning, I guess, referring to Donald Trump and some of the decisions he made, that he is authoritarian and a dictatorship, that he hasn't gone through the right channels to get some of his immigration policies through. He's just, made directives, things like that. Now, ironically, Saturday is also the day, the night actually, where there's going to be a big celebration in D.C. that's going to cost more than $40 million. But it was started to plan it before Trump was even in office, to be fair. It's the 250th anniversary or birthday of the U.S. Army. So they're going to have this big, huge parade, military vehicles, and stuff like that. It's also Trump's birthday, 79 years old. So some people, they wanted to do this on the same day, make their voice heard before he has a lot of attention on the things that he wants to talk about.
All right. Well, Joel D. Smith, thank you so much. And of course, there's more on your story and this whole situation at CBS21.com.
Okay. Thanks, Jasmine.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. This is 21 Next. Please subscribe to our channel and give us the like. I'm Jasmine Brooks, live inside the Control Center tonight. Thank you and good night.